there it is. The markets have closed on this day. That was bad. On this week, that was bad. It'll take some time for it to adjust, but right now it looks as if the Dow lost more than 500 points in one day, which is what? It's been several years since the market has lost this much this quickly, Christina.
Since 2011, actually, analysts and strategists have called this the most unloved bull market. You know, we've had a bull market since 2009. We haven't had a correction since 2011. So there are these forces that you guys were just talking about, which is emerging market meltdown, oil prices going lower, worries about the Fed, all of that playing into it, plus against the backdrop that there are investors out there that say, hey, the market's been disconnected from the fundamentals for a while here, and this is an overdue correction here. Now, just to make the distinction between a short-term move and a longer-term move, this is a correction. This is a 10% drop from the peak. That doesn't necessarily would mean that we're technically in a bear market. We're going to have to see this market drop even further in order to really put a stop to the bull market. But at least this is starting to spark discussions about that, and a lot of nervousness because the Fed, remember, was supposed to raise rates in the fall, potentially in the winter, and now investors are kind of scratching their heads saying, hey, is that plan still in place given what's happening in the markets, and not just in the U.S., but globally? The U.S. was really a stalwart for a long time. We've already seen the markets melt down in Asia. The UK is officially in correction territory. So this has been happening elsewhere. It's now coming to the U.S. So even though the Fed officials today were saying, hey, we don't pay attention to day-to-day moves in the market, you have to imagine they can't ignore this kind of activity. Yeah. And yes, you know, on the outskirts of all this is the idea that this is a summer Friday. The trading is quite light. That sometimes means that you have an increase in volatility because there aren't enough people on either sides of a trade to make things go as smoothly as normal. But still, this is a huge move, and this is a significant marker.